what's the correct pronunciation for the new frame?
Sempre Veloce.
Sempre Veloce.
Sempre Veloce.
Sempre Veloce. Come on, you come and say it to camera. Because I always get abuse on YouTube for my pronunciation, so...
Sempre Veloce. Sempre Veloce.
Thank you very much. There we are, new frame from Basso. I am here in Basso di Grappa to test the bike.
Bassano del Grappa.
Oh, there we are, Bassano. Anyway, I'm here in Italy, going to test a new bike from Basso, a brand that I think goes under the radar a little bit too often, and I don't think there's a reason why they should, because by the looks of things, this thing looks very nice. It's a brand that doesn't sponsor a World Tour team, but they say it doesn't matter. It's a brand that is owned by the family still after 45 years, remember rightly, and it's a brand that has everything made here in Italy, from design, manufacturing, right through to painting, assembly and shipping. So I'm quite excited to get out on the bike to see what it's like on these lovely roads just below the Monte Grappa. Don't know if the legs are going to take me up there today, but yes, let's check out what the bike's all about, get out on it, and I'll let you know what I think at the end of this video. Right, we are here to talk about the new bike with Leonardo. Right, SV, run us through it in 5 minutes because I've got a plane to catch. No, go on, 5 minutes.
All right, I'll do my best. So, SV, our new bike, stands for Sempre Veloce.
Yeah.
I think we didn't mention this. Sempre Veloce means always fast in Italian, okay?
Yeah.
This bike sits next to our current Diamante, which is the more traditional, a bike that's really it's really in the heritage of the company, the geometry, the frame tubing, obviously developed through innovation, okay? The SV drops the name Diamante SV, which was his previous model, because this bike is setting a bit apart from the tradition of the company. So with this bike, we're looking for, we're going towards a more, say, modern geometry in terms of slooping values, for example, of stack height, and of concept in general. You know, this bike has a 35mm tire clearance. Okay, it's has been developed through CFD and Aerotunnel in terms of aero efficiency. It's 100 grams of frame and 340 grams fork, so very light. Obviously, you can build this bike under 7 kilos without too much stress, say, on your wallet.
Yeah.
And and it's a bike that it's targeted to you know, most riders. Okay, obviously that they're looking for a really high-end bike with really high-end features. But riders, you know, that are passionate riders. They're not professional riders.
Because you don't work with pro teams, do you?
No, we don't work with pro teams because since I think in the last 10 years we've been focusing on giving the best bike to our customers, and to do this we must aim our development to these people, you know, these riders like you and us these days, and riders, you know, that spend their free time on the bike. They might make it the most of their day also, some of us, you know, but it's still something they have besides, obviously, their full-time job or their jobs, you know, so.
Well, let's do platform. It is one platform in it, there's not two models like you're saying.
Correct. No, we have one unique platform for this, but so a really high-end carbon and the same geometry, you know, through all the builds you can do with this bike. We offer, though, the possibility to build a bike on your own specs. Yeah. So we offer a wide range of that between group set wheels, 2 different handlebars, as we were mentioning. This will, and also, seat post setback. So this will really allow the rider to find its perfect position on the bike without having the bike to adapt to him, with the bike adapting to him, but not him adapting to the bike, and also build, you know, his confidence and his riding on future, you know, improvements he can do to this bike within these components, for example. Okay,
price-wise?
Price-wise, we start at 7,300, around this mark. with Ultegra and DT Swiss ERC 1600. And from there on, you can build a bike with Pure-Race, with SRAM Red, or Campagnolo Super Record S, with 3-4 different wheel choices. For example, Fulcrum Shark, if you're looking for a wide internal rim, 25mm internal, or DT Swiss ARC, if you're looking 1100, if you're looking for a more racy SA and aero kind of wheel.
So about 13 grand.
Yeah, I think just below that, that's where we'll stand. So within the market, you know, nothing outside of it, you know, because we really want to be, you know, offer the best value to our riders, you know.
Competitive's the word. You want to be competitive.
That's for sure.
Awesome. All right, there we are. Let's get out on it now. I'm guessing you test the bikes yourself.
Yeah, I do. Actually, today we're out for a chill ride together, right? Just to test out the bike and have some fun.
While we're waiting for people who are getting the pictures taken, I will let you know a little review before we get to the real review. Mid-ride review. It's got something about it. I'll leave it at that. You know you're going fast on a bike when a bird doesn't get out your way. Hey, Vicky, let me right.
It's going too fast.
No way. Oh my God. Sorry, bird. Right, shall we get on with this? Let's delve into the review, because it's been a couple of months since I last rode it back in October, but it's a bike that stuck with me in that time, and that's a big thing for me because I get to test quite a few bikes, and generally speaking, when I've tested it on the launch, I don't forget about it, but it doesn't sit in my mind going, Dave, give it another try, because at the top tier of the market now, it is hard to find a dud bike, especially race bikes and gravel bikes, I suppose. They're crazy money. They offer exactly what they say on the tin, but they all feel similar. Yeah, they've got characteristics that are slightly different here and there. But all in all, if you're looking for a race bike and you've got big bucks to spend, you're not going to find a crappy one. As for endurance bikes, well, I can't really talk of it too much. I've only tested a couple, and they're always nice, always do the job that they're intended to do, and always at a decent price point. This thing though slips between the gap and has had me, well, wanting to test it more, and hopefully I'm going to get one in. It's a bike that I feel fits me as a rider perfectly. I'm over 40 now. I know, I don't look it, do I? I used to race, I used to go fast. I don't anymore, but I like to get out on the club runs and feel that I do. I like to feel light and rapid up the climbs. I'm not, but I want a bike that's going to help me, and this thing sort of ticks all the boxes. It's comfortable as well. It's more than stiff enough. In fact, it's stiffer than the Demonte, only by a little bit. They're pure race bike, and all in all, it just handles lovely out on the road. It's that little bit higher up than the race bike, so you're not, well, having to be bent double. It basically gives you a lot of what a pure race bike does, but without the bits and bobs you don't want at my age or at my level of riding. I don't want to go out on a stupidly stiff, stupidly agile, stupidly performance orientated race bikes for nice long rides. I want to go out and be able to turn my brain off, but also feel like I'm getting every ounce of my performance out of the bike. This thing delivers that. Right, on to a few negatives now, because you can see I like the bike, but before we get there, that's Roman Sicard's house, you know, him of Total Energies the DS X under 23 world champ, yeah, he's my neighbour. It's probably a bike for him as well, because he don't race anymore. He's got a dicky heart, needs to be upright, probably wants to feel as fast as he used to, but what with working for Total Energies now, he has to ride an Envy. Right, the negatives, and there are a few. I think the first being that Gen 2 3D seat post and clamp. It works a treat, it's great, but how robust is it? How will it last? That's a big question, and one that I can't answer unless I have the bike for a long time. So yeah, the jury's out on that, but it is very comfortable. It does the job it's intended to do. Number 2, Italian craftsmanship. Yes, this bike is fully made in Italy, which is a rarity now, and I love it. But as we all know, the big manufacturers in Asia, in Taiwan, China, have vast resources for development and research, and that obviously leads to maybe more advanced technology than what the Italians can afford to do. But that doesn't mean that this bike is inferior in any way. In fact, it uses the same carbon as a lot of top tier bikes out there. It just has me questioning how much technology is actually there. But as we all know, having a good riding bike doesn't just come down to the material that you're using and the way it is implemented. You've got to have the knowledge on what a bike should feel like out on the road, the geometry, the ride feel, and I think Basso will have that in spades. In fact, from this bike, it definitely does. They've got, over 45 years of knowledge there. In fact, the father, the founder of the bike brand, he was one of the first to actually go into why a bike is designed the way it is. He did a whole research paper back in about 1977. So they've thought about it for decades. You may want to disregard what I just said about carbon, but it is a question at the same time. Right, I'm rambling, aren't I? All you need to know about this bike is it is lovely out on the road. It's one that I want to get in here at the channel, fingers crossed. It's also one I think a lot of people will be suited to. So if Basso wasn't on your list previously, maybe have a think about throwing it on there now. Right, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Join the conversation below if you fancy saying a few words about it. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your riding.